There are literally millions of 3D models on the internet. So the other day when I got this text from my friend, I knew exactly what I had to do. You see, I have that 3D printer back there and I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna find the weirdest 3D models that the internet has to offer and I'm gonna print them out. I am not boring, okay? I'm a fun guy. Let's get weird. Sorry, So ever since that text, I've spent the last few days looking around and I think I have what I need. I'm gonna establish my non-boringness. That's a word, right? So I searched all across the internet and I put together a collection on MakerWorld that you can look for in the description if you're interested. And I think I can break these down into 4 different categories. I'm gonna give each one a weirdness rating and I'm gonna send off the weirdest one in each category to my friend. And I guarantee that I will not be called boring after all this. If you're ready, hey, let's jump into category 1. In the swag category, we got 3 contestants. Number 1, Chow Crown. Number 2, Piranha Plant Chompers. I put them like this because I'm not going to pierce my ear for this. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. And you might be wondering why I'm outside. Well, that's for number 3, Aztec Death Whistle. That's scary. Someone told me to make this a long time ago. I finally did it. I don't know, I forgot who it was. Maybe my editor can find it, but that guy, you know, you never know with that guy.
Look, I'm sick and tired of this guy always saying this stuff, all right? He has me editing in this dark closet. I never complain. I always edit everything he asks for, and he's still just taking shots at me all the time.
But he probably found it.
Oh, he thought I could find it. Oh, my bad. Carry on.
So anyway, let me rate all these, and then I think, hold on, what is that? Me and wasps have a long history. Ever since one of them stung me, they've been one of my arch nemesis ever since. Sorry, I'll be right back. Like I said, wasps and I go way back. So when I was looking for models for this video, I noticed this wasp catcher thing. It's hard to say wasp, isn't it? And so I'm gonna try to catch some. You just mix in a little bit of sugar, a little bit of water, and apparently a little bit of fruit juice, and then it's supposed to catch them. So let me go set this up. All right, I'm gonna hang this sugar water fruit juice up and hopefully we can catch us some wasps. Whoever can guess how many wasps end up in here, I'll send you whatever item you want from this video. I'll ship it. As long as it's not too much in shipping, we'll figure it out. Hope that chicken goes in here too, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. That guy wakes me up every morning. There he goes. Telling you. Anyway, I'm gonna hang this up. We'll get back to the other prints. Was that 2 of them? There we go, let's see what we get. I need to find a chicken silencer later. I feel like someone's probably figured out something. But in the meantime, I'm gonna test these out. So these actually come out pretty nice. They take a while because of all the filament changes. Look at all this poop. And I just don't think they're gonna work for me. And they're not that weird. I mean, they're actually kind of cool. So I'll give them a weirdness ranking of 22 out of 100. As for this, it is pretty weird, but it's also pretty scary. So I don't think this is the way to go. I'll give it a weirdness ranking of 37. But this thing, imagine me walking down the street with this on. Also, I forgot to print out 3 of these little arm things. I'm printing them out now. So maybe whenever I send the video, I'll actually have I'll have it all together. But basically, you just put a little bit of food on here and you try to chomp it. It's actually right in my face, so I don't know. It's not that hard. It's just right there in my nose. Oh shoot. So this isn't that weird, but I think it wins this category. I'll give it a 62 out of 100. And once everything's done printing, I'm gonna make a little video for my friend and send it off. Let's cut to that clip now. Yo, what up, bro? It's Friday night. We're chowing down on the Chow Crown. Look. Got the joyride on deck, bro. It's getting crazy over here. That watermelon is good though. Is it food safe? I don't know. I'm not boring. I don't care about that. See what I'm talking about? Where's my joyride? Hey, anyway, am I still boring? All right, on a more serious note, let me send this to him now. Send that video. All right, now let's just wait. Might take him a little while to watch the video, so I'll give him a minute. All right, looks like he replied. Is that a yawn emoji? Well, luckily I have a few more categories to go, so I guess let's go to the next one. in the obscure decor round, I'm gonna spruce up this boring corner. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little boring. There's nothing here. Sometimes I like to film here because it's just a nice blank wall. But you know, I gotta spruce it up. So I got this table over here. And that should do it. Now I printed some stuff out. I'm gonna put some stuff right on there. First up, any guesses?
Pokemon card. Big pink shoe. Fish dinner.
Nah. It says alien. Let's see how he looks on the table. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Let's try out obscure decor number 2. Steroid goose. This freaks me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So let's see how he looks on the table. Well, you know, when you skip leg day, that's gonna happen sometimes. You know, if this could stand, this would get like a 73, but since it can't stand, I gotta give it a 54. Bro was built though. Look at. So if those two are out, I present Ascension. I don't even know how it's possible to print that. Like, how does that even? You got the lines going across. How they do that? And you might be thinking, that's not weird. That's just pretty awesome. Well, you don't see what I see. What's going on back here, all right? I can't show it. Right here, I'll show you, but I gotta blur it out. And because of that, I gotta give this a 61 on the weirdness rating. Imagine if that was just sitting on someone's corner table. I do have one more thing that I think might take this round though. Sorry, my hand isn't feeling so good today. Nah, it's this thing. Look at the detail on this. You got it looks like skin. How did they do this? So yeah, I don't know. Get a look at that on there. You know, the nice thing is you can look at it like that. You can turn it like this. I don't know. Someone's grabbing your head, you know. You can scratch your back a little bit. Don't get me started on the nose picking you can do with this thing. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's gross. But yeah, this is gonna get an 83 out of 100 on the weirdness scale. Let me take some good pictures, send it off. There's no way I can be called boring after this. All right, I sent it off. Let's see. Oh, he read it. Well, that's not very nice. Welcome to category 3. I like to call this category, hey, that is a little weird, but wait, that's actually a little bit useful. The first one in this category you've already actually seen. It's the wasp thing out there. Speaking of that, let's go take a look at how it's doing. We have caught 0 wasps. Looks like there's a couple fruit flies in there, but none of my mortal enemies. I still have hope. I gotta get even with these evil creatures. So make sure you get your guesses in. The more I think about it, that wasp thing isn't all that weird, so I think it's gonna get a pretty low rating. But I am thinking about just going and walking around with a bucket full of wasps. That's a little weird. As far as the actual item goes, it's gonna get a 23 out of 100 on the weirdness rating scale. And as you can see, I'm holding option number 2, nose flute. How's this useful? You never just needed to make a little music? You won't catch me doing that out in public. It has a pretty unique sound though. I feel like that belongs somewhere in the music industry. Actually reminds me of a song. I forget what it's called, but Dan the Automator, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. If you know, you know. And this one is weird. It's up there. It is up there. Let me see if I can whistle out the rating. So that's a pretty good score. The next one is this corn puzzle. This is a work of art. It doesn't belong in this video, but it's still kind of weird. I've been at this for about 6 hours and 7 days, and I haven't figured it out. But look at this. It's a corn puzzle. It's little niblets of corn, and you got to figure out how to get them on here. To be fair, I got like the extra hard version. See, it's got 5 stars on there, 7x14. So basically you're gonna slide the corn pieces on here, and you wanna make it so everything's lined up at the end and you don't have any parts sticking over on the top like I had at the beginning. I thought I figured something out. I was like, hey, wait a second. If I just start with a flat base, I'll be able to get it, but that's not really the case because you can put different pieces together, and look, there's a flat base. So I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out. All I know is if someone ever gives you a corn puzzle, you better take it because this is genius. If I got this for Christmas, I'd be a happy guy. I've been trying to figure this out and I can't do it. A corn puzzle is a little weird. Because it's so cool, I gotta give it a pretty low rating. It belongs in a different video. It's gonna get a 38 out of 100. And for the last one, we actually gotta jump back to 24 hours ago me. Hi, 24 hour ago me here. Glad you could join me. I brought this just in case I need an extra hand. No, but seriously. So I printed this out. It's a little benchy ice mold. It's pretty cool. And pretty much I'm gonna pour some silicone into these two here cups. I got one and I got two. And it's pretty easy process. You do 1 to 1. I got my scale here, and then you just pour it into here, and then in 4 to 6 hours you'll have an ice mold. If you happen to do this, you got to make sure you get food safe silicone. I don't know why it still says avoid contact with eyes, mouth, and skin. That doesn't make sense to me, but it is food safe. This is printed in PLA, which is also apparently food safe, but you know, anytime anyone does anything with food and 3D printing, everyone gets up in arms. I guess the main issue is the layer lines. You know, bacteria can get in between the layers and you can't really get them out. Who am I to say? I'm just a guy in a scientist suit. Yeah, so what you want to do here, you got 3 pieces. They all slot together very nice. Who made this? Hold on, you did a great job. Yoda. Love it, man. You got your piece here that just slots right on there. And then this piece slots right on top of that. And we're gonna be pouring the silicone into here, into this little orifice. Does anyone like that word? That's a weird word. So you want to tape the seam so you don't get any silicone leaking out. I got my painter's tape here. I guess if it starts leaking, we'll know if it's not sealed up good, but I hope it doesn't leak. Now I'm just gonna, I don't really know how much to mix. Let's see, I got some amount of ounces, or I guess, oh, 500 grams. 500 grams is 500 milliliters, I think. That might not be right. Can someone check that? You gotta imagine this doesn't take too much, but I don't know how much to weigh out. I guess I'll pour this first one and we'll find out. All right, I'm gonna measure out 100 grams. That's my goal here. Okay, we got to 103. Yeah, I think 100 grams will do. I'm gonna do 100 grams of the other one. Well, 104. So now you just gotta mix it well. I've never made a silicone mold before, but I gotta say, this is pretty easy. Actually, I better get a plate just in case it starts leaking. So, watch this. How about that? All right, now I'm just gonna pour this in here and then we'll be done. Nice. Actually, I think I'm gonna have a problem here. Oh yeah, I poured too much. Should have thought of this sooner. All right, well, now we just gotta wait 4 to 6 hours and then we'll have an ice mold. Back to you, Present Me. How about that guy? That's a good looking guy right there. But thanks to all this hard work, I have this. So it looks like the silicone dried. Just gotta take it apart. I mean, 24 hours ago, me kind of overflowed it a little bit. I probably would have done the same thing. So I just got to clean it up a little bit, but that's all right. Let's see, once I get all this tape off. Oh yeah. If you ever need to make a silicone mold, it's really not too bad. But anyway, now we should be able to pop this open. There we go. That's how it's done. Oh, wow. Oh. I think it's meant to do that, actually. There's like a crease back there. One time use only, unfortunately, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. All right, I got something going here. Come on. Oh yeah, there we go. You can use this part again. You might just have to print out this one again. And this one, I'm starting to break it. Wow. First silicone mold, baby. I don't know why I said that. I guess I just need to get a little bit of water in here, make sure it doesn't leak, and then we can cut to 6 hours in the future me, and hopefully he'll have a piece of ice. All right, here I am, back again. Future me, which is now in the present. Got my ice cube. Let me try to push it out. Oh, look at that. Floating in my water. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I gotta say, this round wasn't all that weird, but I think this one's gonna get the top score, and I'm gonna send this one off to my friend. Also, I need to make more silicone mold stuff. This was so easy and pretty satisfying. So, got any projects for me, let me know. That's good. All right, let me try to take a picture. This is the one right here. Let me send that. Oh. Let's see what I don't want to talk about this. Luckily, we have one more round, and this one's gonna do it for me. And I'm down to my last category, and I actually have high hopes for this one. This is the, oh wait, that is actually a weird round. I feel like this is my best chance. I feel like I got some pretty cool ones, though. I've got this modified benchy. This one took forever to print out. It was actually kind of ridiculous how much poop it generated. So this one's pretty cool. All it takes is one of these little wind-up things, and then look what it can do. So I feel like that's pretty weird. Imagine if that was coming at you. So even though this is a really cool model, I feel like it's not the weirdest thing out there. It's gonna get a nice score of 48. But the next one's another one of those Aztec death whistles. Kind of sounds like a train though. But the weird thing about it is it's Danny DeVito. That's the kind of thing that just keeps you up at night. And for that, it's gonna get a 71. That's pretty good. And then I got this guy. This one's actually pretty cool. I put a little battery in there, a little motor. Can't even say it with a straight face. I just gotta show you. Oh man, look at him go. Oh, I could watch this all day. This is some amazing work. It was really easy to put this together. You can even charge it at the back when you're done if you need some battery top off. I don't think this would prove I'm not boring. I think this would prove that I have good taste. I'm gonna have to give it a 51. It's a little weird, but like I said, it's just a cool little thing right there. I guess that's all I got. I don't know about this category. I don't think this is gonna prove that I'm not boring. But you know, hold on. Y'all hear that? What's that sound? Sounds like it's coming from... Oh, my secret weapon. I wasn't done. I had one more. And this is gonna prove that I'm not boring. It's a frog with the rock's head. I like to call it the frock. I think that sounds a bit better than the rog. So the frock is gonna prove once and for all that I'm a fun guy. All right. I'm gonna send this off. Let's see what he says. Can't believe it. After all this, all these cool things that I found, that's what he says. You know, maybe he's right. I guess I am just a boring guy. And maybe that's okay. Actually, I don't really think it matters if you're boring, weird, or whatever else. I had a lot of fun finding and printing these out, and honestly, if I wasn't trying to prove I wasn't boring, I probably wouldn't have even went looking for these. This skeleton's gonna stay on my desk at all times. I can wind up this benchy whenever I'm feeling down. I have this hand, Danny DeVito, and maybe best of all, I have a frock. How cool is that? So if you ask me, doing something you enjoy isn't boring, and... Oh, hang on. He was messing with me the whole time. I knew I wasn't boring.